I went and I visited my nan in the care home today, and when I tell you I get my attitude from her side of the family, let me tell you a story she told me today. This is the story on how her and my granddad met, okay? She said they always used to go to these dance halls and, like, she'd just go dancing with her friends. And it was, like, just after the war kind of thing. Like, she's old, man. She's 93. And she said she'd always noticed my granddad. He'd always walk past her house in Tilbury and he'd be having this little girl on his shoulders, and she always thought, oh, what a handsome man, but he's married with kids. Like, fair dues, off limits, do you know what I mean? Off limits. And then when she was at the dance hall one day, apparently they all put their coats on top of this stage, and she was, end of the night, went up to the stage and she asked my granddad, like, excuse me, can you pass me my coat? And he was like, well, who's walking you home? Because apparently you always had to have a chaperone to walk you home. No funny business, but someone would always walk you home. She was like, oh, that sailor over there's walking me home. And he went, go get him to get your coat then. She was like, what? He's like, well, if he's walking you home, go get him to go get your coat. So that's part one. Grandad, I'm singing you. Fast forward about a week or two, she's at the same dance hall having a dance again after this exchange of words she'd had with my granddad. She was dancing on the dance floor with one of her best friends. My granddad and his friend came up, both took one of them. My granddad was dancing with my nan. And he went, so did you get home safe that night? She was like, yeah. Like, thinking, why are you dancing with me? And he was like, oh, can I walk you home tonight? She's like, I don't think so. You're a married man. Who do you think you are? I don't think this is acceptable. He goes, I'm not married. What are you on about? She's like, I see you every day with a little girl. He goes, do you mean my niece? I live at home still. My sister's at home. That's my niece. She was like, oh. And then they got together and they had my dad and then they had me. Like, oh my gosh. Like, the attitude is just, it's in my DNA.